Today we are going to take a closer look at the plot development of your historical fiction narratives. The plot is the organized pattern or sequence of events that make up a story. Every plot is made up of a series of events that are related to each other. We will look at exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and the resolution of your narratives. Your exposition occurs at the beginning of your story. This is where you introduce the reader to your characters, setting, and main conflict. In the beginning of Number the Stars, we are introduced to our characters Anne-Marie Johansen and Ellen Rosen. We learn that the setting is in Copenhagen during the German occupation of Denmark, and we learn Ellen and her family are in danger because they are Jewish. Your exposition should be at least one paragraph or about 5 sentences long. Make sure you include enough details about the main characters, setting, and conflict for your reader. The rising action is usually the longest part of the story. It is in the rising action that your story will develop its main conflict. Your rising action should include challenging events your character must go through that build interest or suspense for your reader. Let's look at the example above of rising action from Number the Stars. There are many small events and conflicts the author includes before we get to the climax of the story. Pause the video and read the examples of rising action above. When you are ready to continue, press play. The climax of the story is the peak of action in the story. This is when your character comes face to face with their main conflict. Let's look at the example from Number the Stars. The climax occurs when Anne-Marie must run through the woods to deliver a secret package to her Uncle Henrik. On her way, she is stopped by a German soldier, and we find out if she is able to deliver the secret package to her uncle. Pause the video and take a minute to look at the climax of Number the Stars. Press play when you are ready to continue. The falling action of the story comes right after the main conflict or problem is resolved. This is when the author begins to tie up loose ends of the plot. It is in the falling action that your characters begin to move towards the resolution of the story. Look at our example from Number the Stars. The falling action occurs when Anne-Marie safely delivers the package to Uncle Henrik. The Rosens make it safely to Sweden, and Anne-Marie returns to her Uncle Henrik's house. The resolution is the last of the 5 plot elements. The resolution is when the conflicts of your story are resolved and your story comes to a reasonable ending. In Number the Stars, the resolution occurs when the war has ended and Anne-Marie retrieves Ellen's hidden necklace for her friend. She says she will wear it until she can return it to her. Now it's your turn. Reread your historical narrative 2 times, closely looking at your exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Take the time to revise the elements of your plot that you feel need improvement.